Open door, open heart.
Hey guys, my name is Tammy and I am Animal Care. I'm going to take you on a little journey here on how to do laundry and some dishes. And the first thing I want to say before I start showing you is thank you for taking on those tasks, because as you see, if you guys didn't step up and do that for us, the Animal Care would have to do that, and with all the other things we're doing, it's a tremendous help. And I'll show you how to get started on some laundry. Okay, so this is the laundry room, and the first thing you're going to do, you're going to be handling clean laundry. So you don't have to wear gloves, but you can. It's good to get in the habit of wearing gloves. Those are located right up here. And you just put them on. The one key that you want to remember is after you handle the clean laundry is to take off, after you've handled dirty laundry, if you're going to handle any clean laundry, you want to take off those gloves. But the best way to do it is, if you can, handle all clean laundry first and then go to the dirty laundry. So I'm going to come in, the dryer's full, it's all done. This box up here is flashing done, so it tells you. Let's pull the door open. We have this crate on wheels here that's for clean laundry only. So that all this stuff can go in there. Anything that happens to fall on the ground, you want to just pick up and put into the green bin, because at that point it's considered dirty again. So there are a couple of these white balls floating around in the dryer, and they are to help with static cling. So if you come across them, you can just toss it back in there. Okay. So now I'm going to fold this laundry up. So there's a table on the wall over here that will fold down. And you can see there's shelves in the laundry room, and there's a pattern to it. And you can see some of the shelves are labeled. So I'm going to fold up everything that's in here. You can use this table. You can stack things up and then put it away. Some people like to put stuff away one piece at a time. It's whatever works for you. Toys. There's a couple of crates. One's for dog toys, leashes and collars, cat toys, and whatever you come across. So what I usually do is fold them up, put them in their respective piles until the pile gets too big, and then I'll go put them onto the shelf. And again, if anything touches the floor, you want to go ahead and throw it back into the dirty clothes bin so that we don't spread anything. And then when you're done with the table, you can fold it back up. Just a FYI, make sure you're holding it flat before you slide that thing, because if that thing doesn't go in and you let go, it doesn't feel good. Let me just tell you that. So now I have my gloves on still. The washing machines are ready to empty. This one will tell you when it's ready. It says waiting to unload. So to unload it, you're going to push this black button, and you can hear a little noise, and then you push this here. You'll hear it click, and you can open it. Then we have laundry baskets down on the floor. You just take everything out of here, and these washers are a pretty big capacity, so you can fill them pretty full. My rule of thumb is almost to the top of the rim. You want to be careful of your back when you are lifting the clean laundry from the washer, because it's wet and it's heavy. Another thing to remember, make it a lot easier on you, is leave the dryer open when you're ready. A good example. So this fell on the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and just toss it in the big green bin, which is dirty stuff. The dryer will hold 2 loads, and then that way we're not wasting energy on one load at a time. All right, and then for the dryer, you just close the door. For the dryer, we're supposed to empty the lint trap before every use. So to empty the lint trap, these guys turn, and then they just slide it like this. The lint trap's right under here. And there's a trash can right here. Put stuff in. And then there's 2 runners. There's a runner here and a runner there. And you just place it in there. Okay. To start the dryer, there's start and stop, and you obviously just push start. And it does its own thing, and in about 50 minutes it'll stop. Clothes will be dry and ready to fold and put away. So now that I got all that done, so my hands are dirty again, so now I'm going to take the dirty laundry, which is in this big green bin, and I'm going to kind of slide it here a little bit. So when you take the dirty laundry, just take one piece at a time, kind of shake it out. We try really hard to get the cat litter and all the dog stuff and everything out of it before it goes into this bin, but just to be safe, and that's the reason why you always want to be wearing gloves, because you never know what you're gonna pick up. If you come across a toy that's rubber, plastic, or metal, those go into the dish room because they'll melt, get caught, mess up the washer and dryer. There's also some cat toys where part of it could go in the wash, but they're on a plastic stick, so that needs to go through the dishwasher. So those we go over into the dishwashing area. Each one of these washers are a little bit different from each other. So this one, you close the door, and then you pull the handle down. That's closed. This will say the number 1. That means it's ready to go. All you do is push start. It does its thing. 34 minutes, it'll go off. When it's off, it'll be a 00, so you'll know that it's not ready to go. And I'll go through all these cycles right here before it shuts off. With these washers, you don't have to worry about adding soap or bleach. It's all automatic, and it gets pumped in, so there's no worries about that. Okay, so I'm going to call that one a done deal because it's got enough room to make it spin. So when you close this door, just because I learned the hard way, I usually put my right hand behind my back and close it with my left hand, because it really hurts if you get one of these stuck in there. So you just make sure everything's out of the way. Give it a close. There's a yellow light button. Push that. And the number 1. It'll say run formula, and it starts. So you're good to go. You've got 34 minutes on that one and about a half hour on this one. And then what I will go do, if everything's folded, got these going, then I will go and do some dishes, because I'll have enough time to get a few loads of dishes done, and then if I have extra time, then I can come back and fold. Yeah, that's the laundry. Hey guys, it's Tami again. Now I'm going to give you a quick rundown on the dishes. So this is the dish room. We have the sink, as you can see. We have a sanitizer. This isn't a dishwasher, but it's a sanitizer. So we still have to do a little bit of the dirty work, washing out the dishes. And then instead of drying them, we put them into the sanitizer. It gives it an extra shot of cleanness. And then we do dry some of the dishes, but for the most part we let it air dry. So there's that. But anyway, so when I come in to do dishes, we have gloves up here. There's some scrubbers here. I just automatically grab some gloves. I do dishes, so there's like two categories as in my mind. So we have all the things that'll go in a dog or a cat's mouth, food dishes, toys, water dishes, and then things that are used for other things, i.e. cat boxes. So I do all the toys, dishes, things that'll go in their mouths first, and then I'll do the litter boxes. And what I do is, so we have a bin here that people stack dirty dishes, kitty litter boxes and stuff that we go through. I usually separate the kitty litter boxes from all the dishes that I'm gonna do. So I'll have them all stacked up here. Got my kitty litter boxes down there. We have a drain plug, so you wanna put that in. It just goes in the sink, just like you have at home. All right, and then we have soap that's located usually down here. Has a little spout on it. I usually put 2 pretty good splats in there. And then you take this off. You don't ever have to deal with this. This is just always on. It's adjusted. There's no worries about that. We do have plastic aprons if you want to wear those, because you can get wet doing dishes. If you don't mind, then you don't have to. I usually don't, but it's up to you. So you're going to want to stand back a little bit because it'll usually spray. You just fill the sink up. Okay, so once the sink gets full, I'll take my dishes and put a few in there and let them start soaking a little bit. We have these 2 plastic containers. You can read on there. One says litter box sponge. One says dish and toy sponge. The way I do it is I'm going to do the litter boxes last. So I'm going to take this litter box one and just move it out of the way so I don't accidentally grab something by mistake out of there. All right. Just put a squirt of soap in there. And you don't need to fill these up. You just want to get it so it's soaked up a little bit. So you have soap on your scrub pad. All right. Take it, wash out the dish really well. The dog and cat food dishes is good to kind of take a second look at, because sometimes that food, the wet food, really sticks on there good. And then you take this off. Just give it a quick little rinse. Take a look at it. Everything's out of there. It's clean. So I set up here. And I'll keep going. Toys, same thing. Those go in the dog's mouth, so we'll still use the dish. Rinse it off. Okay, then after you have your, as much as you can do, they're all over here. This tray that's in the dishwasher, slide out, or you can leave it in. It depends. Everybody does that a little differently. It's just your choice. And then you just put your dishes in. Sometimes these guys get water in there too, so you can leave it out. And sometimes they don't fit in exactly, but as long as they're in there. So we have these for the dogs, Kongs, that we stuff with peanut butter. Sometimes they're a little bit hard to get stuff out of. So we have this bucket here, and I will take the Kongs, put them in there, and I'll put a squirt or 2 of soap in there, and then I'll take the hose and I'll hold it down. You don't want to pull too hard, but just you can get it in there. And then you fill that up to cover the toys. And you can let those soak, because it'll make it much easier when you go to wash them. And once you have this full, this can hold quite a bit. but you don't want to overstuff it, obviously, kind of like you do at home when your own dishes in your dishwasher. So you're gonna make sure the water can circulate and sanitize and clean them. When you get that all full, slide it back through here. This will have been turned on. The sanitizer will have been turned on. Usually the first animal care person that's here turns it on. So it's all ready to go. You just make sure that's in there. You just take this, you pull it down, and it'll go. So it usually, you want the temperature to get up to 160 once it shuts off. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes for it to run its cycle. And then it'll be quiet. It won't be making a sound, but you want to leave them in until it gets up to 158 or 160. And then they're done. You can put them over here to air dry. And then once all the dishes are done, I'll go back and I'll start doing my cat litter boxes. And then, so what I do again, so I don't want to get the wrong sponge on the dish, is I'll swap out and we also have, when you start seeing that a scrubber is getting too dirty, you can go ahead and toss it into the garbage can, and we have more up here. But if you can cut the pads into 4s so that they last a little bit longer. Okay, so then the litter boxes, if there's anything left, like powdery dust from the cat litter or anything like that, you can take a paper towel kind of wipe it out into the garbage, and then same thing as like you did with the dishes. Get everything out of there. Sometimes the kitty litter boxes take a little bit of elbow grease because things will dry on there and it's hard to get off. Right? Next thing, rinse it out, and then just stack them up. When this is gone off, and those are ready to go out, you can put them over there, and then you can put the kitty litter boxes in, and it's the same thing. You pull it down, and it does its thing. The kitty litter boxes, when you're done with those, after they've dried, they can go here, all underneath there. And then dishes, when they're done and dried, we have the dish room. Here. So all the metal dishes, there's a couple of plastic ones, but basically metal dishes for the dogs go here, and all the dishes that are for cats go here. Sometimes you'll get these in the dirty dishes, and you would do them like you would a dish, because the cats go in and they crawl in those and they sleep in them. So those can go in the dishwasher, and they all go up here. I think that's it.
If you're unsure about anything at the shelter, remember the power of I don't know. It's okay not to know information while you're here at the shelter. That's what staff are here for. Whether it's a protocol or procedure or an interaction you've had with an animal, please ask a staff member before doing it.